Hello, everyone. Good morning. This is Olivia Suse, and this is actually the first episode that I'm recording for the Olivia Suse Reads podcast. So, welcome. You're new here, and I'm also new here, so it's a new journey for both of us. But I'm very, very excited because I love books and I cannot wait to share all the great books that I read on here. I can't wait to share it with you all. So let's dive into it. We're going to be starting with our first read. It's called Where Sleeping Girls Lie by Faridah Abike-Iyimide. So let me read the blog so you can get into it, right? Let's go. In Where Sleeping Girls Lie, a YA contemporary mystery by Faridah Abike-Iyimide, the New York Times best-selling author of Ace of Spades, a girl new to boarding school discovers dark secrets and cover-ups after her roommates disappears. It's like I keep stumbling into a dark room, searching for the switch to make things bright again, to make me remember, but the switch isn't there. Was it there before? Sade Hussein is starting her third year of high school, this time at the prestigious Alfred Nobel Academy boarding school. After being homeschooled all her life and feeling like a magnet of misfortune, she's not sure what will happen. What she doesn't expect though is for her roommate Elizabeth to disappear after Sade's first night, or for people to think she had something to do with it. With rumors swirling around her, Sade catches the attention of the most popular girls in school, collectively known as the Unholy Trinity, and they bring her into their fold. Between learning more about them, especially Persephone, oh my goodness. Do you know how crazy it was that I had to go to Google to learn how to pronounce this name? At first I thought it was Persephone. Then I got to discover that it is Persephone. Who Sade finds herself drawn to, playing catch up in class and trying to figure out what happened to Elizabeth. Sade has a lot on her plate. It doesn't help that she's already dealing with grief from the many tragedies in her family. And then a student is found dead. The more Sade investigates, the more she realizes there is more to Alfred Nobel Academy and its students than she realized. Secrets lurk around every corner and beneath every surface. Secrets that even rival her own. Let me tell you something. I read, what caught my attention when it comes to this book? Why did I pick up this book? The book cover. The book cover was so intriguing. I was like, oh my God. Like, there is a girl's face, and there's a bird, right? Covering her left eye. There's a bird covering her left eye. And then Where Sleeping Girls Lie. I'm like, oh, wow, this is intriguing. Like, I want to know what happens where sleeping girls lie. What is this about? So, yeah, I was like, I need to get into this book. I need it. Let's go into the plots, right? From the blog, you already know what's up. This is like a suspense filled, mysterious book. I enjoyed it. I'm not even going to lie. So basically, this book is trying to answer the question, where is Elizabeth? Imagine coming into boarding school You're a newcomer and they assign you a roommate. And your roommate takes you on tour, right? You guys, she takes you around the school. She's your house sister. Only for you to wake up the next day and your roommate is gone into the thin air. You cannot find your roommate. Nobody can find your roommate. And then your school receives an email saying that your roommate has gone to live with her aunt. But her aunt died 2 years ago. So there is no way your roommate is with her aunt. Now the school authority is not doing anything about it. They've gotten an email, they're satisfied with that, they've moved on. But you haven't moved on. You're still worried because it doesn't make sense. Like the dots, they're not connecting. The dots are not connecting. And then you receive a music box. Right? That is addressed to your roommates. And there is an invitation in it in Morse code. Right? There's an invitation in it. You're like, somebody broke into my room. And when you report this, they're like, oh no, it's the house cleaner. But then the box disappears. The only thing that you remember from the box is the Morse code and the invitation. Like, sorry, the person that sent it, which is, it says, my dear Elizabeth, TG. You don't know who TG is. Nobody knows who TG is at this point, right? So the box disappears and you're like, what happened to this box? What happened to this box? So you're trying to find out what happened to the box. It's a whole lot, let me tell you. A whole lot. But this book is really, really mysterious, right? It's answering there's just a lot of revelation coming in, and I'm like, oh my god. When I tell you that every time I read a book or I watch a movie about boarding school, I get traumatized. Like, I'm like, oh my god. But I went to boarding school, so I'm like, the school I went to boarding school for 6 years, all my teenage life, practically the early years of my teenage life. But I went to boarding school at the age of 10. I was in JS1 at 10. So I was in boarding school until I was 16, which was SS3. And I do know that boarding school has its, its own peculiarities. It was an all-girls boarding school, but we're talking. Oh Lord, you all scare me when I read about boarding school and think about boarding school. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm not sure I'm going to send my child to boarding school. But I went and it was okay, I guess. It was okay, I guess. But you need to read this book, especially if you like mystery, if you like, young adults stories. You're going to really like this. There's a lot of uncovering. Let's get into the characters. We have Sade Hussein, and she's the main character of this book, right? She's the one who started the poking. Like, she came into a boarding school and bam, things are just happening around her. I'm telling you, things are just happening around Sade. And it's like, oh my God, you just arrived. I mean, if I was Sade, I would also say, oh my God, I just arrived. Like, I just arrived. Why is all this happening to me? But Sade is a lonely child. I mean, when we read the character of Sade, first of all, she was homeschooled and groomed by an overprotective dad. Sade lost her mom at a very early age, right? And then her dad became overprotective of her and her twin. Later on in the story, we get to discover that, Sade had a twin sister called Jamila, right? So Sade has anxiety, and I can understand why. She found her twin sister dead. She discovered the dead body of her mom. She discovered the dead body of her twin. Her dad also committed suicide. I mean, Sade has been through a lot. So it's not surprising that she is depressed. And even before her sibling died, her parents' death, she has always had this esteem issues, To her parents loved Jamila, her twin sister, more than they loved her. So she had that issue going on. And then the fact that her dad homeschooled them, they did not have any interaction with the outside world. Her twin sister, Jamila, went outside first. So that caused more rifts between them. So Sade carries around a lot of guilt. She feels, bad things always happen to me. I'm a magnet for crazy ass things, So Sade is a very, very complicated character. Really, really complicated. And then another character is, Persephone. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce any name. Let me tell you, I googled Persephone, the pronunciation of this name, before recording this podcast, but somehow I'm mixing it up now. Persephone. Yeah, I think that's what the audio said. Persephone. So Persephone is a very strong character. I really, really like Persephone. She's a feminist, no bullshit teenager who already knows where she's going to in life. She knows what she likes, and she's a lesbian. I love it. I love it. And then there's a little attraction, romance brewing between her and Sade. You can tell the attraction, especially on her part. I think it took a while for Sade to see what was going on between her and Persephone, right? But I like that romantic aspect of it. It's like, ooh, yummy. I really like that, but there's no, it just flows naturally. The relationship, it progressed naturally. I like Persephone. She's a strong feminist. I love it. Then another character, Jude Rippler. Yeah. Oh my God, forgive me if I do not pronounce these names correctly. Jude Rippler. Jude is a character indeed. Let me tell you, this guy is the ultimate fuckboy, because there are rumors apparently that he asks girls out on a date, takes them to Paris, and then he dumps them afterwards. That's the rumor about Judas. This is what he does to girls. And he's the ultimate bad boy. He's spoiled. Apparently his mother is a countess. His mother is a countess. And apparently it's a big deal. He is spoiled. And he does drugs. He is the pharmacist of the school. He's selling cocaine and other pills. Terrible, let me tell you. And he's somewhere in this whole mystery. He's somewhere, and he's the captain of the swimming team. And swimming is like such an elite activity at Anna, which is Alfred, the school Anna. Swimming is an elite activity, and he is the captain of the team. He has wealthy parents. He's a fuckboy. He's the regular toxic, terrible male. Judas was just, I don't know. I wouldn't say I hate Judas. His character, he played his character well. Judas played his character well. I'm going to say that. But there was nothing he did, other than the entitled rape. Oh, yes. He was raping a lot of women. Judas, you bad boy. Just terrible. But I don't think there was anything that I hated. No. There's some characters that you just cannot stand. I could read Judas, like I could bear him. Baz. Ooh, there's Baz, Basil. I really, really like Basil. Basil is like your gay best friend. I don't know. There's always a gay best friend in this stories. A gay guy who is best friends with a girl. It's always like I really wish that more stories would not make the gay best friend like an attaché. I want like the gay best friend to like have their own. I want them to be a lead. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't want them to be an attaché. I don't want to be like a sidekick. I want to read a story where the gay best friend is not a sidekick. Where he is not a sidekick, but he does have his own thing going on. There's something going on between him and Kwema. Lovely. There is a bit of romance in here. Teenage romance, teenage attraction. So you're going to love that. And then there is April. April is a leader. Yeah, she's the leader of the Unholy Trinity gang. It's so typical with famous high schoolers. In high school, there's always the famous girls. When I was going to boarding school, there were famous girls, right? But there were lots of famous girls. There was no it group. No. There was no it group. There were just lots of. Everybody had their own clique, their own group. Funny enough, I did not have mine. I've always been a loner. I've always been friends with everybody, friends to nobody. But of course, I had friends. Don't play. But April is this cold. This like, oh, I'm cold, untouchable. I'm so cool. You can sit with us. Her birthday party, you have to be invited to her birthday party, and people cried. If you're not invited to the ball party, like it's a big deal, the Halloween party that is hosted by April, like it's a big deal. Like it's like you have been secluded from the cool things happening in school. So she's giving like, the leader of mean girls. She's giving Paris Hilton. Honestly, I think someone like Paris Hilton should definitely play this role if it's ever adapted into a movie, because she's giving icy exterior, cool, rich, wealthy. But then, the thing with cool girls, there's always something going on with them. So April's character was a bit confusing for me even. She had her issues because she had also been sexually assaulted, but she was keeping it together by appearing to be strong. So you might like April, or you might just be confused by the character. Honestly, I was just like, okay. It gave confusion. For me, it gave confusion. Now there is August. That's April's twin brother. August is such a coward. Oh my goodness. That boy, He's such a pick me. I mean, a simp. He has no opinions of his own. I mean, when I say opinions, he has he is so, oh my goodness, that August annoyed the fuck out of me, because let me tell you, August was dating a girl secretly. You're gonna get to know all of this. I don't want to put spoilers, too many spoilers in here. August was dating a girl secretly because, she's not good enough for his family. Imagine, in boarding school, you cannot openly date who you want to date at a young age. August was doing everything that Jude was asking him to do. August was just, please. That character had no spine. August had absolutely no spine. And I cannot stand people who have no spine. Off with his head. Off with his head. Let him go immediately. So yeah. I think my least favorite character would be August. I was liking him because he was Sade's house brother. But then when I got to know more about him, I'm like, I can't stand men like this. Rubbish. Those are the most dangerous men. A man with no spine just goes where the wind tosses him. Themes. There are certain prevalent themes in this book, right? There is the one of rape and sexual assault. So, trigger warning. If you are triggered by rape, sexual assault, please, you might want to think twice before you pick up this book, because there's rape in here, there's sexual assault in here. There is also the theme of loss, suicide, death. Yeah, so if you're also triggered by that, by suicide, please think twice before you pick this book. There is also the theme of trauma. Like, we see how different people react to trauma. There's Sade, obviously, and then there's April, like Jamila, also Sade's twin sister. There's also Elizabeth. So you see trauma evident in this book. There is also the theme of abuse, oppression, with wealth. Elizabeth came out upfront to say, oh, this happened to me. And they hushed her up. This hushing of women, this tying the mouth of women is here. When women come forward to say, this has happened to me, people say, oh, they're trying to destroy the men. Whereas it's the men who have used their own hands to destroy the lives of these women. So these things are like played out in this book. You can see how the rich protect their own against morality, making sure they don't take responsibility for their action. This book hit a bit, it was so realistic, because in reality, how many people actually pay for sexual assault in women? How many men pay for it? In reality, how many men? Women find a way to cope, and then everybody moves on, except the women who have been affected by this thing. Except the women. Everybody else just carries on. Crazy. So yeah, I'm going to rate this book a 4.5. A 4.5. I'm going to rate it a 4.5 because the half that I'm going to leave out is because there were just a little some things that did not quite were not quite adding up. How the writer painted it just did not quite add up. But I love this book. It was easy to read. Like, you just keep on flipping. Every chapter, there's a suspense waiting for you. There's an answer you need to find. So I enjoyed this read. I did, and it covers topics that are very important. Very important. I love the introductory letter that the author puts at the beginning of the book. It just gave us more context, especially where she was coming from. Is there any woman that has not been sexually assaulted? Point me to one woman that has not been sexually assaulted. Oh my goodness, I would love to see her. How did you do it? Because it seems like the rest of us. And I really liked the introductory letter. And it made me want to read the book. I read the introductory letter and I was like, oh sister, I hear you. I hear you, sis. I hear you. So I'm going to recommend this for people who love, young adult fiction. If you love young adult fiction, if you like a bit of romance, the romance was not overwhelming this book. Kudos to the author for that. This book was mystery, suspense, and there was a bit of romance, to simmer it down for us, to make us feel good in between the trauma. But the romance did not overshadow it. Lovely, lovely work. If you love revenge, come back from the dead, that kind of revenge. I love revenge books, revenge novels. So if you like that sort of thing, you're going to love this. And let me tell you, I think that this book should be adapted into a movie. Actually, I cannot wait. I'm saying somebody who looks like Britney Spears has to play April. So, are you going to be reading this book? Are the things that you would love to see in a book? Did you love the review? Review my review. But be kind. This is my first time doing this, so be nice. Be nice. Okay, thank you all so much for listening to me and for being here. If you haven't subscribed, why? Subscribe. Honey, subscribe. Okay, subscribe. And if there is a book that you want me to review, send a request. My email is olivia.sose, Sose is SOSE, @gmail.com. And you can also send me a message on any of my social media platforms. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, which is now X, I'm on Instagram. They're all on this page. Yeah, so send me a message. It's Olivia Sose everywhere. Olivia and then Sose, SOSE. So thank you all so much for listening with me to the end. I'd love to see your comments. Was this a great review? Let me know. Send me a message, send me an email. I'll be reading it. Thank you. Until next time. Bye.